Hispanics come out here every single day,
I know a lot of
and they
people
work
fight,
every day.
face racism.
Got married and married a black man.
About success that I was never taught and how to learn was just.
I live, it's my life they're talking about. And they discovered enough finally to discover that I might have a reason for being in the streets.
The American dream still can mean something, not just for the privileged few, but for everyone.
I think it comes as news to a great many of my co-citizens that the reason that black people are in the streets has to do with the lives they're forced to lead in this country. And they're forced to lead these lives by the indifference and the apathy and a certain kind of ignorance, a very willful ignorance on the part of their citizens. Everybody knows, no matter what they do not know, that they wouldn't like to be a black man in this country.
I'm Henry. I was raised here in Colorado, and probably so. I might die here in Colorado, I don't know. But what is the American dream? In this episode, I'm going to show you around my Colorado, where I was raised, and what I think of it. Join me for me to walk you through Colorado and explore this beautiful state, and also talk to the people who live here. So I've always wanted to ask this question. Do people still believe that the American dream is still alive?
Do I believe that the American dream is real for all people? I don't believe that it's real. And I don't believe that it's real because we are still continuing to fight for things that are promised in this so-called promised land. And I think that because of that, it's not real. Like I was just saying, for my people, for us Hispanics, when we come here, we think that, oh, well, we're just gonna be able to, come and live and work for what we want, better life. And we're working and working and working to get where we want. We're building our family out here. We're buying houses. And then for them to simply say, oh, sorry, but you're not white. You're not, you're not us. So then there they go and send you away. I just think that's not right. Not for just us Hispanics, but I also know like any other cultural people that come here thinking that they're gonna get a better life and they don't. I know a lot of people face racism and just judgment every day, and I don't think that's part of the American dream.
It was never meant to be luxury for the few and struggle for the rest. They called it the American dream. A promise that if you worked hard, followed the rules, kept your head down, you could build something. A home, a future, a legacy.
When did I realize that success in America was not the same for everyone?
Yeah.
When I guess grew up and got married and married a black man. So I got to deal with I can't think of the word.
Rejection?
No, not rejection, but what is it when they like target you for, I can't think of the word now.
Prejudice, racial stereotype?
Stereotyped.
Yeah.
So being stereotyped, working harder, watch him work harder than people that we knew personally that were not of Hispanic or black descent, and watching him work harder and never like getting that promotion and having to kind of pull double the weight.
Do you think race is still a thing in America, like racism?
Oh yeah, all the time. My kids are mixed, so I get to hear, their stories about them coming home being called a spick, or, excuse my language, but it's very much a thing still. Yes, there are more opportunities for blacks and Mexicans now versus when racism was still very out there and just kind of blatant, you know. But we still have to work harder. We're still stuck at the bottom. And we have to figure out and kind of maneuver our way up top and figure out how to almost work harder to get the same opportunities.
So that the opportunity have not been equal at all?
No, definitely not. No, we're expected to work harder and for less money, for less everything. You know, I'm expected to put in more time than a lot of my coworkers. Meanwhile, you know, they get their days off, they get their weekends, they get their PTO. And I'm not saying I don't get my PTO or anything like that, but what I am saying is that I see them being given different resources, you know. When I was in a different position, I was expected to, you know, come in and work, you know, when I didn't have coverage, when people called out, you know, all of these things, and I ended up stepping down due to other reasons as well. But the lady that stepped into my position and into my store, not only did I advocate for her to get it, but as soon as she got the position, she got the store, she was given the resources that I wasn't given. So she was given, you know, a floater. She was given people to cover her. You know, she was given a break. And I don't believe that people of any color are really given breaks. So.
That's a powerful story. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The American dream for me, or for my parents and my grandparents, I'd say means stability and financial things and family.
Something I was never taught about success that I had to learn the hard way was that you have to try and push for your goals, and it's not always going to get handed to you.
So, bro, tell about the American dream. Do you think it's so real for everyone?
It's not plausible for everybody. I think race is a big thing. There's jobs that I applied for that I overqualified for, that I wasn't accepted for, that people who underqualified for, people that I personally trained that would get the job. I mean, I've been exited out of jobs that I helped create. I mean, I worked for a company once. I helped create multiple different jobs for the company, created multiple different streams of income for the company, and yet I was the one that was ousted at the end of the day. Personally, people naturally gravitate towards what's comfortable for them. So like, let's say like the majority of Americans that have money are white Americans, right? Mm-hmm. So in a sales position, it would make more sense for me to hire a white man to sell to a white customer versus a black man to sell to a white customer, because a white man can't relate to him in the first place. And in the second place, I mean, it's America. The problem with America is that the black community really doesn't look out for the black community the same way that other communities do. And this is like when you get to like the African community, right? And it's like people are like, oh, well, Africans don't like African Americans. I mean, bruh, look, you don't really give me an argument for why I want to like you, right? Like, sometimes it's like, I like what you do, I like your culture, I like this, and this, but at the end of the day, you're not pulling me out of the dirt the same way that a Jew will pull another Jew out of the dirt, right? Mm-hmm. Or it's like, let's say I would work for you, as another black man, I would work for you, mm-hmm. but I can't trust you. I mean, again, I'm speaking on personal things. I've worked for people before, especially in the black community, mm-hmm. where I would work for, you know, weeks or months on time, and dudes are like, I can't pay you. It's like the black community isn't looking out for the black community. So instead of looking for the white man to give you a job, why don't you look for the black man to give you a job?
Well, like, why do you think there's a divide between blacks and Africans?
I think blacks have forgot that they're part of the diaspora. At the end of the day, we forgot we're part of the diaspora. The same way that, like, you know, you look at Florida and you're like, oh yeah, the Cubans don't like other Latinos, right? It's the same exact thing. Black Americans don't like other black people from other countries. Like, yo, like, the biggest perpetrator of, like, me no black, me Dominican is not the Dominicans, it's the African Americans talking about the Dominicans don't like black people. We're shooting ourselves in the foot because we are part of the diaspora, you know? At the end of the day, I know my ancestors came from Africa. The same way your ancestors came from Africa. I look at a Haitian dude and I don't look at him as being Haitian. I'm like, yo, this is just another black dude on another island, you know, 1,600 miles away from where I live.
Why do you think Haitians don't like Dominicans? And you've been to the island.
I can give you both sides of the story, and I can give you the third person from the story.
For
right?
sure.
So Dominican side is the Haitians, or they call them gatos, right?
Yeah.
Los gatos. Gatos means cat, right?
Yeah.
The cat. If you imagine you have a stray cat around, what do stray cats do? They steal your stuff.
Your stuff, yeah.
Right? The same way. So Dominicans are always like, you can't trust the Haitians. They steal, they kill, they rob, they blah 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 blah. Right? And again, this is the Dominican perspective. Right? So the Haitians are considered the bad guys in pretty much every situation. They steal and do everything else. From the Haitian perspective, it gets to like, how the hell do you guys got all the resources in the island and we don't?
Right.
Right? But also going back to the Dominican perspective, you guys ruined your side of the island, right?
Right.
You ruined your side of the island.
Right. But do you think because of colonialism and all kinds
Absolutely.
of things, where Haiti was not given like that fair opportunity?
My third point of like the third perspective, living in a DR, living in a city that's relatively close to Haiti, living relatively close to Haitians, my perspective is very different.
Yeah.
Also living in America and knowing the capabilities of the American government, watching colonialism firsthand, right? For me, I believe the biggest problem that they're dealing with is that it's not about gatos and thieves and like having more plentiful land. I believe it comes from the fact that like Haiti was punished from day one for their independence. When they decided that they wanted to be free Negroes on planet Earth, the only country on the entire planet who fought for their freedom and won and was made an example of by, let's say, France, right?
Yeah.
And then later pretty much molested by America and taken for whatever it had left. To me, that is very different than both stories that I heard, right? Because Haiti is pretty much and again, I've lived there. Haiti is not as infertile as people think. Haiti is actually a very beautiful country. It has a lot to offer. The problem is nobody knows that, right?
Yeah.
And if you go to Haiti, like the Haitians will tell you, like, bro, like everything you see on TV is literally isolated to one city. It's the capital. Every other city is like chill, right? Like there's rich Haitians there. There's what, over 40,000 Americans that live in Haiti right now. But America can tell you anything and you'll just believe it, right? Like, what is it? We tell people that Colombia is like dangerous as hell, right? I got a cousin that's been in Colombia for 6 months now and ain't left a day. Been in Medellin for 6 months and calls me every morning like, bro, I'm at the gym with 3 bad chicks right now running on the treadmill. Like I'm out getting lunch for $2.25 for the entire meal plus a coffee plus, you know, dessert.
I think the American dream meant to my parents and grandparents getting a job, having a family, having like a stable, you know, white picket fence situation, and getting a home and being able to retire.